Darwinian evolution. Junk science.
Here's another demonic doctrine of death: communism. Let's talk about that. When you're talking about communism, you're talking about Karl Marx and his 1848 pamphlet, The Communist Manifesto. This sets out the whole communist idea. It's collectivism. It's that the idea nobody owns anything, and it sounds pretty good. It sounds like an egalitarian kind of idea where everybody is supposed to be equal. But the truth is, it too is based on Darwinism. Here's a quote. It says, evolution contains the basis on natural history for our view. Marx says, Darwin's work is most important and suits my purpose in that it provides a basis in natural science for the historical class struggle. See, that's what communism's really about, is everybody fighting it out. And then the cream rises to the top. And the egalitarianism of communism, it was never a reality because they believed in this evolutionary idea. So the most ruthless always would rise to the top and rule the group. And it's still this way in communist countries around the world, wherever communism is. It's how communism operates. It's the law of the jungle, is how it actually works. People will usually tell you that Marx was an atheist. But if you read what he wrote, it doesn't sound like an atheist. He wrote this poem, "Thus heaven I've forfeited, I know it full well. My soul, once true to God, is chosen for hell." Marx was an ex-Christian. He was involved in the occult. According to this source, he became demon-possessed, having indulged in occult activities. Marx's private writings became openly demonic. Marx was enticed into the occult while at university. He wrote, "I wish to avenge myself against the one who rules above." So he wouldn't acknowledge the Creator, but he knew he was real. And he wanted to take revenge on the Creator, just like his father Lucifer. Another famous communist was Trotsky. And in his autobiography, he wrote, "Darwin destroyed the last of my ideological prejudices. Darwin stood for me like a mighty doorkeeper at the entrance of the temple of the universe." That doesn't sound like scientific language, does it? And of course, Trotsky shed amazing amounts of blood. And then in 1940, he was assassinated by Joseph Stalin, who also also was into occultism. Common thread. Here's Joseph Stalin. I am going to read this quote. Joseph Stalin, the leader of the people, possessed magical knowledge and extraordinary abilities. Parapsychologists say that the majority of portraits depict Stalin with a pipe because the tobacco smoke was Stalin's magical defense that did not let the others into his aura. Stalin also communicated with spirits and demons. Mass executions were no more than sacrifices to these astral beings. This is why Joseph Stalin managed to stay in power longer than any other Soviet ruler. He had demonic help, and he wiped out everybody that the demons told him were a threat to his rule. He is like so many other dictators throughout history, going all the way back, for instance, to Herod in the first century. That same demonic spirit of death driving these people. Communism and Nazism. We've already seen that Nazism was horrible. Communism has been so much worse. At least 5 times worse. 100 million killed in the 20th century. 100 million people killed by their own government in the 20th century in communist nations. That's not the wars, friends. That's not World War I and World War II. Those deaths were all separate from this. This is governments killing their own people. Then when you add in the abortions on top of this, this stacks up to probably something like 250 million people that have been sacrificed on the altar of Darwinism since its inception. You know what I believe about this? I believe the demonic powers get some evil energy from all of these innocent deaths. Some evil energy that they put to work in opposing the Creator. Well, this spirit of elitism and murder that we see throughout the 20th century is not over. Just in the time since my last message, we had this statement from Hillary Clinton. Everybody's heard about it, talking about the irredeemable followers of Trump, the basket of deplorables, which mathematically would have to be at least 1/4 of the people that live in the United States. In this comment from Megyn Kelly, she says, by now, Hillary Clinton's comment that half of Donald Trump's supporters are irredeemable is known throughout the land. They, said she, belong in a basket of deplorables. She thus consigns to her basket many millions of Americans. It cannot be otherwise. Every exploited, parasitic elite feels contempt for its subjects, so this is not news. Imagined superiority, after all, is what justifies, in the minds of the few, their rule over the many. Darwinism, survival of the fittest. The difference, though, now is that the elite is not openly directing this towards racial minorities. The focus has changed now. It's ideological now. Basically, it's people that believe in the Bible. So you can expect this to get worse. And there is a spirit of hatred in this. There's a spirit of murder in this. Might not come from Hillary Clinton, but really her comment kind of tells you what the elite themselves are thinking. And a lot of death is going to continue to come out of this doctrine of demons.
Was this video informative? Click the like button below to help spread the word to others. Feel free to leave a comment and share your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you won't miss out on more amazing content from Eliyahu ben David.